Hi guys, I'm back with my another video. Today we are gonna talk about why you should buy a PS4 and Xbox or an Xbox One, or basically if you have them, why you shouldn't sell them. So coming to the topic, let's see why there are actually six things to it, like cross-play exclusives on it, no need to upgrade consoles, longer life and technical support, consoles play only games and nothing else, cost effective. Yeah, that's the main point why the consoles sell in this market. So, we will discuss each of these points briefly so that you get an idea of what I am talking about here and you don't end up selling a console, or if you are planning to assemble a PC, I think it may help you a little bit, like, yeah, somewhat it may. Coming to the first point, let's talk about crossplay. Recently, Microsoft announced that they will be, like they would be allowing cross network play, which is very cool. Like, finally, we are gonna have compatibility with PC and PS4, and just now we are only waiting for the Sony Corporation for the cross network play on both the consoles, and it would be like wonderful. Finally, we are able to, and that's one major point because consoles are very much like easier to play. Like, I find them easier to play than the PC. Like, PC there are so many keys and mouse, then you need to like play with them, but in consoles, yeah, there is only one controller. You have to play with like triggers, bumpers and joysticks, and that's cool for me. Maybe it may not be. Mostly gamers prefer PC gaming, but yeah, I'm more of a console gamer side because yeah, we would be coming to that. So the first point why you shouldn't sell or why you should buy a PS4 or an Xbox One is that there is crossplay, and that's very cool. Like, finally we have crossplay, and I hope you guys will like it too. Coming to the second point, like exclusives. So exclusives are the main point, like the second main point why the consoles sell after being cost effective. Exclusive, when we see like we have on PS4 we have Uncharted, then Infamous, and many more. So this is one main point why PS4 is selling, like cost effective and exclusive. On the on the Microsoft side, we have Recore, Sunset Overdrive, Forza, Halo, then Gears of Wars. These are and then we have one more game like Scalebound. It's coming too on Xbox One. So these are the main exclusives because of which like consoles are selling. Why people buy these consoles besides being cost effective. So yeah, this is one point which is very essential, like why you buy a console on first place. Like, people mainly in, yeah, being cost effective plus exclusives, that's what people want. That's why consoles are very popular in the market. Third main point, like when consoles consoles are basically what they are more like they look like a DVD player. You can't access them, like you can't access their hardware. Only things you can do is like you can play games on them. So basically you can't have access to hardware of the consoles. But is that a degrading point for consoles? No, it is not, because you don't need to upgrade consoles at all. You buy a console, you play it, and you then, like, after its life is over, you sell it off. That's the main point. Or you keep it to play play the old games. So there is no need to upgrade the consoles. You have one piece of hardware there. You pay $350. You have it for 7 years. You enjoy it. You sell it off. That's the really important and good point for like buying a console. You don't need to upgrade them. You don't need to worry about the graphics. You don't need to worry about anything. You just have to like bring it out of the box, plug it in, and just enjoy it, and just play all of your favorite games on it. Yeah, exclusives depends on platform wise, but yeah, you have access to most of the games which come out on PC, so it's a really good point. Plus, we have many of the iOS and Android games coming over to consoles, so you are actually in a much more beneficial side when compared to PC. Coming to the fourth point, we can look at the point that consoles have a longer life and a longer technical support when compared to PCs. If you're looking at PCs, within 2 years, your hardware is gonna go obsolete. I think that depends mainly on the graphic card you buy. Basically, if you're assembling a PC, you should always look at assembling a high, like you should spend out like really good amount to make a really good PC which will like give you 5 years of like good performance. Then you can look at upgrading it again. But in consoles, it's not this case. In consoles, you need to like just play it. You don't need to do anything, and if you do anything, like there is a problem, then you are like voiding the warranty, and that's not good. But looking at the technical support side, Microsoft and Sony have done enough to make the consoles like they offer you replacements if there is some problem. It's not the same case in PCs. In PCs, you have to like if you are assembling a custom built PC, then there's problem because you have to buy parts. You have to buy parts from different places, from different companies. Then there's the problem of warranty with each part. Then there's the there are like different problems like the power supply and many other things. So this one-way consoles are really helpful in this part. Like you need to only refer the problem to one company. But in the case of PC, you need to find out the problem with each part. Then only you can come to know actually what is going on with what is like actually wrong with your PC. So that's one major point. Coming to the fifth point, let's talk about the point that consoles like only have to do one job, like they have to only play the games. Meanwhile, on the PC side, you have to install Windows. Then Windows has many things like Skype on it, Windows Media Player, then the several background tasks basically going on with the PC. In the case of consoles, you have the console only playing the game, so you get maximum output from the console, which is the most major point why consoles have low grade hardware but maximum output out there when compared to the PCs of same technical specifications. If you're looking at PC have to do a lot of jobs. Like they have to like perform like many different tasks in the background while you are playing a game, which essentially degrades the performance of a PC. So if you are having the perfect hardware to support the games for next 7 years, but you have Windows, which is a major problem. Like you can install Steam OS, but still that's a problem. PCs have a problem with this kind of stuff, and consoles just do it right at this part. This is why like console have perfect gaming and graphics everywhere. So yeah, they give you perfect frames per second and perfect resolution to play games. But compared when PCs come into this picture, you need to keep upgrading your hardware to support the new software you install, the new games you install, and to do everything on your PC smoothly. So yeah, coming to the sixth point, consoles are cost effective. Yeah, like really, they are very cost effective when compared to PCs. Gaming PCs essentially on an average cost around $1,000. If you are able to bring down the cost to $600, still you can play the present games perfectly, but not the future games. Consoles actually can they really play the future games. There's not a doubt on it. They give a lower frame rate, but they play it and you play it perfectly. There's no lag, there are no problems, there are no bottlenecks to it. So yeah, then looking forward to the RAM used in they are very cost effective. Being cost effective when looking at the RAM, the impressive point is that PS4 somehow uses a DDR5 RAM, which actually increases the cost of the console, but they have got it under $350, which is very cool. So yeah, gamers are on an advantage to buy a PS4 when compared to a PC. Gaming PCs normally use a DDR3, which has a the consoles are more powerful when you see it when compared to the RAM side, because DDR5 is not easy to access, but it gives a lot of speed. So you know it now. DDR5 is much more powerful when compared to DDR3. So okay, before ending the video, I would like to discuss about this channel. I would like to talk about this channel, Jackie Lava. This channel provides awesome gameplay of the Red Crucible 2. You should subscribe to it if you like Red Crucible 2. I totally like it and I play it, so I find the channel pretty awesome. And so yeah, but yeah, thanks you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button and I will see you in the next video.